Hello and welcome. Take a deep breath and relax. Today, we are going to enjoy a slow English podcast. This podcast is designed for English learners. The sentences are simple, the ideas are easy to understand, and the speaking style is calm and natural. Do not worry if you do not understand every word. Just listen, relax, and enjoy the journey. The more you listen, the more your English will improve. Before we begin, remember to practice English every day. Even a few minutes of listening can make a big difference. And if you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to subscribe for more English learning content. Part 1. The Power of Small Steps. Many people want success. Many people want confidence. Many people want to speak English fluently. But there is one problem. They want results very quickly. They want to improve in one day, 1 week, or 1 month. When progress feels slow, they become disappointed. Then they stop. But life does not work that way. Most great things happen slowly. Think about a tree. A tree does not grow in one night. It grows little by little. Day after day, week after week, month after month. At first, the growth is hard to see. But over time, the tree becomes strong and tall. Learning English is similar. You may learn 5 words today, 5 more tomorrow, and 5 more the next day. At first, it may not seem like much. But after 1 year, those small efforts become something powerful. The same idea applies to almost everything in life. Exercise, reading, saving money, building confidence, learning a skill. Small actions repeated consistently create big results. That is why you should never underestimate small progress. If you improve by just 1% every day, your life can change dramatically over time. Many people quit because they cannot see immediate results. But successful people understand something important. Progress is often invisible at first. The results appear later. Keep taking small steps. Keep moving forward. And trust the process, because small steps can take you farther than you imagine. Part 2. Learning to enjoy the journey. There is something very important that many people forget. They become so focused on the destination that they forget to enjoy the journey. They only think about the future. They think, I will be happy when I become fluent. I will be happy when I get a better job. I will be happy when I reach my goal. But there is a problem with this way of thinking. If happiness always depends on the future, you may never feel satisfied in the present. Think about an English learner. Every day they study. Every day they practice. But instead of appreciating their progress, they only focus on what they still cannot do. They focus on their mistakes. They focus on their weaknesses. They focus on how far they still need to go. As a result, they feel frustrated, even though they are improving. This happens to many people. They forget to celebrate small victories. They forget to appreciate small improvements. And because of that, the journey feels difficult. Imagine climbing a mountain. The top of the mountain is your goal. Of course, reaching the top is exciting. But if you only think about the top, you may miss the beauty along the way. You may miss the fresh air. You may miss the beautiful view. You may miss the lessons you learned during the climb. Life is similar. Goals are important. Dreams are important. But the journey is important too. Because the journey is where growth happens. The journey is where you become stronger. The journey is where you learn patience. The journey is where you build confidence. Every day is an opportunity to learn something new. Every day is an opportunity to improve a little. Every day is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. That is why you should not wait until you reach your goal to feel proud. Be proud of your effort. Be proud of your consistency. Be proud that you continue even when things are difficult. Many people quit when progress feels slow. But you are still here. You are still listening. You are still learning. And that matters. Another important thing to remember is that nobody becomes great overnight. Every successful person started as a beginner. Every fluent English speaker once struggled with basic sentences. Every confident speaker was once nervous. Every expert was once a student. The difference is that they kept going. They continued learning. They continued practicing. They continued improving. And eventually, those small efforts created amazing results. Sometimes people compare themselves to others. They look at someone who is more successful, someone who speaks better English, someone who seems more confident, and they feel discouraged. But comparison is often unfair, because you are comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. You are comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. Everyone moves at a different pace. Everyone has a different journey. The only person you need to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself, am I improving? Am I learning? Am I moving forward? If the answer is yes, then you are on the right path. Even slow progress is progress, and progress is something to celebrate. Another lesson we can learn is patience. Patience is a powerful skill. In today's world, many people want instant results, instant success, instant confidence, instant fluency. But meaningful growth takes time. A farmer plants seeds and waits. The farmer does not expect a harvest the next morning. The farmer understands that growth takes time. Learning English is the same. Personal growth is the same. Success is the same. You plant seeds every day through your actions, through your habits, through your effort. Then slowly, those seeds begin to grow. One day, you may suddenly realize that you understand more English. You may realize that speaking feels easier. You may realize that your confidence has increased. Those improvements may seem sudden, but they are actually the result of many small actions repeated over time. That is why consistency is more important than intensity. You do not need to study for 10 hours in one day. You do not need to do something extraordinary. You simply need to keep showing up, again and again, day after day. The people who succeed are often not the most talented. They are the most consistent. They keep going when others stop. They keep learning when others quit. They keep believing when others lose hope. And eventually, their consistency creates success. As you continue your own journey, remember this. Do not rush. Do not compare. Do not become discouraged. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep moving forward. Enjoy the small victories. Enjoy the lessons. Enjoy the process. Because one day, you may look back and realize that the journey itself was one of the most valuable parts of the experience. And that realization can bring a deep sense of happiness and peace. So today, wherever you are on your journey, take a moment to appreciate your progress. Take a moment to appreciate your effort. Take a moment to appreciate yourself. Because every step forward matters, even the smallest one. Part 3. Why you should never give up. Life is not always easy. Sometimes things go well, sometimes things do not. Sometimes you feel motivated. Sometimes you feel tired. Sometimes you feel confident. Sometimes you feel full of doubt. This is normal. Every person experiences these feelings, even successful people, even confident people, even people you admire. The difference is not that successful people never face difficulties. The difference is that they keep going. Many people start with excitement. They start learning English. They start exercising. They start working toward a dream. In the beginning, everything feels exciting. They feel motivated. They feel energetic. They feel ready to change their lives. But after some time, the excitement becomes smaller. The progress feels slower. The results become harder to see. And this is where many people quit. They think, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe this is too difficult. Maybe I should stop. These thoughts are common. Almost everyone experiences them. But you must remember something important. Difficult moments do not mean you are failing. They mean you are growing. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. The first time you try, you may fall. You may lose balance. You may feel frustrated. But imagine quitting after the first fall. You would never learn. Instead, you get up, you try again, and eventually, riding becomes easy. Life works the same way. English works the same way. Every mistake teaches you something. Every challenge makes you stronger. Every difficult day teaches you patience. That is why you should not fear difficulties. They are part of the journey. Sometimes progress is invisible. You practice every day. You work hard every day. But you cannot see major changes. This can feel discouraging. However, progress is often happening beneath the surface. Think about a seed. When a seed is planted, nothing appears to happen for a while. You cannot see growth. You cannot see roots. You cannot see change. But underneath the ground, growth is happening. The roots are becoming stronger. Preparation is taking place. Then one day the plant appears. Your progress can be similar. You may not notice improvement immediately, but your brain is learning. Your skills are developing. Your confidence is growing. One day you suddenly realize that you are better than before. That is why patience is so important. Another reason people quit is because they compare themselves to others. They look at someone who speaks English fluently. They look at someone who seems successful, and they think, I will never be that good. But comparison is dangerous. You do not know how many years that person practiced. You do not know how many mistakes they made. You do not know how many difficult days they experienced. You only see the result. You do not see the journey. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to your past self. Ask yourself, am I better than I was last month? Am I learning something new? Am I moving forward? If the answer is yes, then you are making progress, and progress is what matters. Another important lesson is to believe in yourself. Many people wait for confidence before taking action, but confidence usually comes after action. You become confident by practicing. You become confident by trying. You become confident by continuing. Every small success builds confidence. Every small victory builds belief. Over time, those small victories create a strong mindset. And a strong mindset helps you overcome challenges. Remember this: you do not need to be perfect. You do not need to know everything. You do not need to move quickly. You only need to keep going. One step, one day, one lesson, one improvement at a time. Because people who refuse to give up often achieve things they once thought were impossible. And maybe the success you are looking for is closer than you think. So keep learning, keep practicing, keep believing, and most importantly, never give up on yourself. Part 4. The person you are becoming. As we come to the final part of today's Slow English podcast, I want you to think about something. Think about the person you want to become. Not next week, not next month, but years from now. What kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be confident? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to be healthy? Do you want to speak English fluently? Do you want to live a meaningful life? Most people would answer yes. But here is something important to understand. The person you become tomorrow is being created by the choices you make today. Every small action matters. Every habit matters. Every decision matters. Many people believe that success happens because of one big opportunity, one lucky moment, one special event. But in reality, success is usually built through small daily actions. Imagine two people. Both have the same dream. Both want a better future. The first person spends years talking about their goals. They make plans, they make promises, they imagine success, but they rarely take action. The second person is different. They take small steps every day. They learn, they practice, they improve, they stay consistent. After several years, their lives look completely different. Not because one person was luckier, not because one person was smarter, but because one person acted consistently. This is one of the most powerful lessons in life. Your future is shaped by your daily habits. Think about learning English. Many people wait for the perfect moment. They say, I will start next week. I will start next month. I will start when I have more time. But successful learners think differently. They start today. Even if they only have 10 minutes. Even if they only learn a few words. They understand that small actions create momentum, and momentum creates progress. Another important lesson is that growth never ends. Many people think, when I reach my goal, I will stop learning. But the most successful people continue growing. They continue reading. They continue learning. They continue improving. Because they understand that life is a journey, not a destination. There is always something new to learn. There is always a new skill to develop. There is always a new challenge to overcome. And that is what makes life interesting. One day you may reach a goal that seems impossible today. You may become fluent in English. You may achieve a dream. You may accomplish something you once believed was out of reach. And when that day comes, you will realize something. The greatest reward was not the goal itself. The greatest reward was the person you became while pursuing the goal. You became stronger, more patient, more disciplined, more confident, more resilient. Those qualities are priceless. No one can take them away from you. Another important thing to remember is that difficult times are not always bad. Sometimes the hardest moments teach the most valuable lessons. Challenges teach resilience. Failures teach wisdom. Mistakes teach improvement. Disappointments teach patience. If everything in life were easy, we would never grow. We would never discover our true potential. That is why you should not fear challenges. Challenges are opportunities to become stronger. Think about your own life. Maybe you are facing difficulties right now. Maybe you feel uncertain. Maybe you feel frustrated. Maybe you feel like progress is too slow. If that is how you feel, I want you to remember something. You are stronger than you think. You have already overcome challenges before. You have already survived difficult days. You have already proven that you can keep going.